Okay, welcome back. Kita akan discuss lebih lanjut lagi. Okay, saya akan sharekan Excel file ni ya. Okay, so I would like to start with the simplest, the simplest form of consolidation. Okay, whereby we use step 1. We use step 1. And we use step 2. Step 1 and step 2 only kat sini. Yeah, step 1 and step 2. So this is basically the question plus the answer. Yeah, the question plus the answer. So I would like you to understand, okay, the basic one, on how we use the step 1, that is to combine line items, to combine line items. Okay, the question is on 1st January 2017, Holding acquired 80% shares in subsidiary for cash consideration of 1.6 million. Required, prepare consolidated financial statement for the year ended 31st December 2017. So, there is no additional information. The question is about the company acquired, okay, 80% shares and, okay, no other additional information. Okay, let's look from here. Okay, these are the statement of financial position of holding and subsidiary as at 31st December 2017. Okay, so please don't look at the third column and the rest. Okay, please look at the one that I have highlighted. Okay, okay, property plant equipment of the parent ataupun the holding is 3550 and subsidiary is 2030. Okay, and then there is investment in S 1600. Okay, and then trade receivable 2130 here, 885 here, bank balance 1110 and 673 here. Okay, total asset of the holding is 8390, total asset of the subsidiary is 3588. Okay, in addition to that, the share capital and liability, okay, comprise of share capital. Share capital here is ordinary share capital of the parent ataupun of the holding is 2,500. The subsidiary is 1,000. Retained earning brought down, okay, of the holding is 2,460. Of the subsidiary is 890. And current year profit is 630 here and 455 here. Okay, and then followed by non current liability, bank loan, 1,000 here, 800,000 here, trade payable, 1,460 here, 203 here, and tax payable 340 and 240 here. Okay, so this is the simple statement of financial position of the two companies. Of the two companies. And then we are also given the statement of profit or loss of the two companies. Okay, the statement of profit or loss of the two companies comprise of revenue of the two companies, the cost of sale of the two companies, and then we arrive at gross profit plus, minus administrative expenses of the two companies, selling expenses of the two companies, finance cost of the two companies, then we arrive at profit before tax of the two companies, then tax expense, And lastly, the profit after tax for the two companies. Okay, so these are the figures, the statement of financial position and statement of profit or loss given to us for the question. Okay, so what we are going to do first, before we start anything, we need to calculate the goodwill. We need to calculate the goodwill first. So from the information given on top of the page, okay, we need to calculate the goodwill. So what is the amount of goodwill here? What is the amount of the goodwill? Okay, the amount of the goodwill, okay. First, we show the consideration transferred. We show the consideration transferred. Consideration transferred from the question is 1,600. 1,600. Okay, I put here as the first step. Step 1 is to show the consideration transfer. Step 1. Okay, and then we go to step 2. What is step 2? Step 2 is to find the fair value of net asset of subsidiary on the date of acquisition. So, what are the component of the fair value of net asset of subsidiary? Okay, just now consideration transfer kita dapat dari sini investment in S ni, ini adalah consideration transfer 1600. Kemudian fair value of net asset pula kita dapat daripada mana? Fair value of net asset dapat daripada sini, share capital of subsidiary, retail profit of subsidiary on the date of acquisition. Acquisition happened on 1st January 2017. So, itu dia, retail profit. Jadi, when we want to calculate the goodwill, okay, first step we put the consideration transfer. Second step, we put the fair value of net asset of subsidiary. That is comprised of ordinary share capital 1,000 and retained earning 890. So we add the two together, the total is 1,890. From this 1,890, we can calculate our non-controlling interest. Okay, so our non-controlling interest in this question is based on fair value of net asset. So fair value of net asset of subsidiary just now is 1,890 times 20%. Times 20%. So it is equal to 378. So non-controlling interest here, I put under step 3. Step 1 is consideration transferred. Step 2 is fair value of net asset. Step 3 is non-controlling interest. And lastly, we compare the fair value of investment here, 1978 and 1890. Is there any difference? Yes, the difference is 88 and 88 is goodwill. Okay, 88 is goodwill. So first we calculate the goodwill. This goodwill, why we have to calculate the goodwill? Because the goodwill will be inserted, will be included in the statement of financial position of the group later. So after we calculate the goodwill, we go to first step. First step, that is to combine the asset, the liabilities, the revenue, the expenses of the parent and subsidiary. Okay, so apa yang kita kena buat kat sini, kita tengok ya. Number 1, property, plant, equipment of the parent 3550 plus property, plant, equipment of the subsidiary 2030. So we add the two together equal to 5580. 5580. Okay, so investment ni nanti dulu. Investment ni dia masuk dalam step 2. Investment masuk dalam step 2. Goodwill pun nanti sekejap dia masuk dalam step 2. Okay, trade receivable 2130 plus 885. Kita dapat 3015. Okay, 3015. And then trade receivable. Okay, bank balance 1110 plus 673 equal to 1783. So apa yang saya warnakan warna kuning ni, okey, bukan kuning lah warna tu kan. Apa yang saya warnakan warna tu, ini adalah first step. Yang kita panggil first step tadi iaitu apa dia? Combine line item. Combine line item. Jadi kalau kata macam saya kata tadi, if you are blank for example, do you get mark? Yes, you get mark. Because not because some of the items you have entered correctly. Okey, kemudian share capital dengan retain earning ni kita tangguh dulu. Okey. Kemudian okey. Bank loan. Bank loan 1,800. So dia akan jadi 1,800. Trade payable 1,460 plus 203 dia akan jadi 1,663. Kemudian tax payable 340, 240 dia akan jadi 580. So ini semua adalah yang straightforward. Straightforward yang straightforward. Okey. So kemudian kita settlekan dulu yang statement of financial position dululah ya. Okey, kita settlekan. Okey, itu step 1 dia. Okey, kemudian step 2. Step 2 is to eliminate to eliminate investment with fair value of net asset of subsidiary. Okay, to eliminate. So now, investment in subsidiary is 1,600. Ordinary share of subsidiary is 1,000. Retained profit of subsidiary is 890. Ini kita nak eliminate ni. Yang warna merah ni, 1,600, 1,000 and 890 ni kita nak eliminate. Macam mana kita nak eliminate? Okay, kita eliminate dengan cara begini. Okay. Debit share capital of S, 1,000. Debit retained profit of S, 890. Debit goodwill, 88. Credit investment in subsidiary, 1,600. And credit non-controlling interest, 378. So, itu adalah step yang kita panggil step yang kedua lah. So, bila ada step yang kedua tu, so, apa yang berlaku? Investment ni, 1,600, kita eliminate. So, credit lah. Investment ni debit kan? So, kita credit 1,600. Jadi, bakinya kosong. Tak ada investment. Okay, kemudian goodwill tadi, kita dapat goodwill. Debit goodwill. So, dapatlah goodwill 88 kat sini. Okay, step kedua ya. Jadi, step kedua saya nak warnakan warna warna apa? Warna hijau muda. Bukan. Warna biru muda. Okay. Okay. Step kedua ya. Okay. Ini kita panggil consolidation journal entry ataupun kita panggil kat sini tak boleh belum lagi Ini yang kita ambil yang ni saja, yang sini belum lagi. Jadi kita letak putih balik. Okey. Ni tadi. Jadi kalau awak ingat tadi, ni kan. Kita debit retain earning, kita debit share capital, itu saya letak warna biru. Okey. Itu goodwill tadi, 88 warna biru. Investment 1600 warna biru juga. Dan last sekali NCI itu 378 NCI. Okay, 378. Tapi 378 tadi dia akan bertambah lah. Jadi kita akan tengok nanti macam mana dia bertambah. Okay. Jadi kita tengok kat situ. Maknanya mula-mula kita campurkan semua sekali. Kemudian kita buat elimination. Elimination ataupun consolidation journal entries. Okay. Sebagaimana yang kita tunjukkan di sini. Okay. Kemudian yang berikutnya. Yang berikutnya kita tengok pula dekat sini. Statement of profit or loss ni So statement of profit or loss ni kita gabungkan, combine the two companies. Revenue gabung. So ni masih step 1 lah ni. Revenue gabung, cost of sale gabung. Okay. Admin gabung, selling, finance, tax expense semua sekali kita gabungkan. Sehinggalah kita dapat total profit sebanyak 1085. Sebanyak 1085. Okey. Jadi daripada 1085 ni, ini sebenarnya adalah profit of the two companies. So berapa banyak daripada profit ni dimiliki oleh NCI. Dimiliki oleh NCI. Non-controlling interest. Jadi non-controlling interest ni dia ada share dia dalam profit of subsidiary. Kita tengok tadi subsidiary ada profit 455. Ada profit sebanyak 455. Daripada 455 ni, NCI dia ada share dia sebanyak 20%. Dia ada share sebanyak 20%. Jadi daripada 1085 profit, bahagian yang dimiliki oleh non-controlling interest adalah sebanyak 455 kali 20%. Sama dengan 91. Jadi daripada 1085, 91 dimiliki oleh NCI, manakala bakinya dimiliki oleh parent ataupun holding sebanyak 994. Okey. Jadi berdasarkan kepada calculation yang ini pula, kita akan pergi kepada statement of financial position kembali. Okey. Jadi dalam statement of financial position kita tengok kat sini. So kita nampak dalam current year profit kan, kita campur ni kan, 630 plus 455, but we have to minus 91. We minus 91. So, bila kita minus 91, bakinya tinggal 994. Dan 994 ni adalah memang dimiliki oleh parent. Kemudian dan controlling interest tadi asalnya 378 campur 91. Iaitu current year profit of subsidiary, dia punya portion menjadikan total dia 469. Okey. Jadi maknanya kat sini ni 1 2 3 4 ni. 2 3 4 ni saya warnakan warna kuning. Saya warnakan warna kuning sebab apa? Sebab di situ dah ada adjustment. Dia ada adjustment. Okey, jadi kita tengok Okey, bila kita buat macam ni, kita dah ada sebenarnya step 1 dan step 2. Ni baru step 1 dengan step 2 saja. Step 1 dan step 2. So yang ni kita panggil basic consolidated financial statement. Jadi kita tak akan jumpa lah yang ringkas macam ni. Kita tak akan jumpa yang ringkas macam ni dalam soalan. Dalam soalan mestilah lebih maknanya lebih banyak lagi maklumat daripada ini. Okay. So daripada simple example ni, dia nak tanya apa-apa tak? Dia nak tanya apa-apa soalan? Tak ada ya?
So far belum lagi ada soalan.
Belum ada lagi ya.
Okay.
Tapi boleh faham ya?
Boleh.
Boleh, kalau boleh faham, alhamdulillah. So kita pergi kepada yang berikutnya. Okey. Untuk yang berikutnya ni kita akan ada okey. So ini adalah summary consolidation of financial statement. Ya, summary dia. Summary of consolidated financial statement daripada chapter 9 sampailah chapter 13, summary dia. Okay, so basically yang ni adalah berdasarkan kepada boleh nampak ni Okay. Summary of consolidation of financial statement part 1. Okay. Jadi as an introduction kat sini, okay, contohnya company ni dia ada direct interest in S. Direct interest in S banyak 75%. So bila dia direct interest in S banyak 75% tu, maknanya NCI adalah 25%. Okay. Bila tarikh beli? Okay. 1st January 2014. What is the consideration transferred? 180. Ya. 180. Kemudian, in addition to that, Ash also issue ordinary share sebanyak 200,000. Okay, untuk beli ordinary share dalam subsidiary tadi. Okay. And then information. Number of shares of subsidiary on the date of acquisition 250,000. Retained earning on the day is 100,000. Okay. ARR on the date of acquisition is 80,000. And fair value of NCI is 120,000. Ini maklumat yang diberi. Contoh saja Okay. Kemudian, in addition to ordinary share, Ash also has interest in preference share 60%. Okay. 60%. Jadi bila dia ada 60%, NCI adalah 40%. When is the date of acquisition? 1st January 2014 also. What is the amount? The amount is 90,000. And the number of shares of subsidiary on the date of acquisition is 150,000. And then number 3, Ash has direct interest in debenture of subsidiary. How much? 40%. 40%. Acquisition date 1st January 2014 also. And the payment is cash payment 48,000. Okay, 48,000. So this is the basic story about the acquisition. Whereby Ash acquire ordinary share, preference share and debentures in subsidiary on 1st January 2014. Okay. And then we are talking about goodwill. There are two methods of calculating the goodwill. Okay, yang ni kita dah belajar tadi, dua-dua sekali. Okay. Kemudian yang ketiga, analysis of financial statement. Analysis of financial statement. So, the financial statement of the parent and the subsidiary, and the financial statement of the parent and the subsidiary will be analysed. So, analysis tu kita akan buat dalam bentuk schedule. Saya akan tunjukkanlah nanti schedule itu. Nampak macam panjang sangat cerita kat sini kan. Analysis of financial statement brought down, working for opening balance of consolidated statement of changes in equity. Analysis of financial statement carried down is working for consolidated statement of financial position. And then, in the schedule, we should have a few columns. The first column is the column for non-controlling interest. Walaupun saya kata the first column, it is not necessarily the first column. It could be the third column. Tapi column maknanya the column comprise of column for NCI. So column for NCI, okay. We are going to start with NCI investment in subsidiary. NCI investment in subsidiary. Okay. Kemudian based on proportionate share, okay, of subsidiary. And then if the company calculate the NCI based on fair value, okay, so maka ada yang kedua ni sebenarnya adalah NCI juga, tetapi dia menggunakan fair value lah. Yang pertama ni menggunakan fair value of net asset. Kemudian less NCI indirect investment in subsidiary. Ni sebenarnya ni to advance lah, saya belum nak cerita lagi. Okay. Kemudian share of post acquisition reserve of the subsidiary, NCI interest in preference share, and impairment of goodwill if the company calculate goodwill using the full goodwill method. Okay. And then followed by financial statement of subsidiary. To calculate the share of post-acquisition reserve, retained earning and other reserve to parent and non-controlling interest. And the adjustment include intercompany sale of goods, intercompany disposal of property, plant, equipment, dividend paid by the subsidiary, dividend received by the parent, over and under provision of expenses, depreciation, for example, unrealized profit on opening inventory, interest paid on debenture. Okay. Jadi ini kita senaraikan dulu, okay, tetapi dalam soalan yang sebenar nanti memang ada lah. Okay. Financial statement of parent. Financial statement of the parent, no need to share to NCI. Jadi parent ni kita tak perlu kongsikan dengan NCI, yang kita perlu kongsikan adalah subsidiary. Okay. Jadi apakah komponen financial statement of parent? Impairment of goodwill, bargain purchase, dividend paid, dividend received, sale of goods to subsidiary, and also unrealized profit, share of profit from associate, and also disposal of property to subsidiary, and over or under depreciation. So basically ini yang kita nak cover sepanjang sepanjang minggu ni dan juga minggu depan, insyaAllah. Tapi dia akan kita gunakan sepanjang semester lah ya. Kita belajar tetapi kita akan gunakan sepanjang semester. Summary itu CSOPN. Ya, CSOPN. Consolidate line by line SOPL item. Apportion according to number of month if acquisition is less than 1 year. Kemudian apa kita kena buat dalam SOPL kita? To eliminate intercompany sale and purchase, adjustment for unrealized profit, gain or loss on disposal, eliminate dividend income from subsidiary, eliminate interest income from subsidiary, under over provision of depreciation or amortization, to include impairment of goodwill, to include the bargain purchase, to include the share of profit from associate, calculation of profit after tax, to include post-acquisition, other comprehensive income, calculation of total comprehensive income, and calculation of profit after tax and NCI attributable to the parent and subsidiary. Okay. Okay. Jadi contohnya seperti di sebelah ni lah. Contohnya seperti di sebelah ni. Okay. Jadi soalan dia sebenarnya ada kat sini ya. Nanti kita tengok soalan ni, kita tak sampai lagi pada soalan dia. Kita tengok summary saja dulu. So, kita baca dulu summary dia. Dalam CSOCE pula apa kita kena buat? CSOCE beginilah bentuk dia. Consolidated statement of changes in equity for the year ended 31st December 2015. Okay, so format dia. There will be 3 columns. The first column is group retained earning, group asset revaluation reserve, non-controlling interest. And then it start with balance brought down. Okay, Kemudian, if there is any acquisition of subsidiary during the year. Kemudian, indirect investment of non-controlling interest. Profit after tax for the year, ini adalah parent punya portion. Ini adalah NCI punya portion. Kemudian, revaluation for the year. Dividend of the parent, dividend of the subsidiary. Okay, and then lastly, statement of financial position. Consolidated statement of financial position. So, begini. Jadi, property, plant, equipment. Kita akan campurkan parent dengan subsidiary. Okay. Kemudian adjust lah. Adjustment dia. So, adjustment ni tak sampai lagi. Adjustment for ARR, gain, loss and so on. Okay. Kemudian investment in ordinary share, preference share and debenture tadi kita akan eliminate. Kita akan eliminate dengan ordinary share, preference share and debenture of subsidiary. Kemudian goodwill on consolidation ni daripada calculation. Current asset campur. Inventory, trade receivable. Okay. Itu kita campur lah dua-dua. Tapi inventory ni kita boleh tolak dengan unrealized profit. Dan dividend receivable, intercompany dividend eliminated. Interest receivable, intercompany interest eliminated. Cash and bank balance, parent and subsidiary. Okay, including the apa ni kita panggil cash in transit. So basically ini adalah dia punya summary lah. Dia punya summary. Okay, sekarang ni baru kita nak masuk soalan dan kita nanti relatekan balik dengan summary tadi. Kita dah tengok summary tapi belum tengok soalan. Ini dah soalan dia. Okay, this is the question. So the question comprise of statement of financial position as at 31st December 2015 for the two companies, as well as statement of profit or loss of the two companies. Okay. Okay, based on the statement of financial position, okay, we can see from here that we have two columns. The first column is H and the second column is S. Okay, we start with property, plant, equipment. We can see from here the property, plant, equipment of H is 295,750 and for S is 660,500. Okay, and in H we have three investments. The first one is investment in ordinary share, second investment in preference share, and third investment in debenture. And 380, 90 and 48 is basically what? Consideration transferred for ordinary share, consideration transferred for preference share, and consideration transferred for debenture. Okay, and then followed by current asset of the parent, inventory 100,000, trade receivable 150,000, dividend receivable 25,950, interest receivable 2,400, and cash and bank balance 70,000. Whereas for the subsidiary, inventory 70,000, trade receivable 130,000, and cash and bank balance 148,000. So kita dapat total asset of the parent and subsidiary. Equity and liabilities pula. Equity and liabilities of the parent, ordinary share of the parent 400,000, subsidiary 250,000. Preference share, parent 100,000, subsidiary 150,000. Retained profit brought down 240,000, parent, subsidiary 140,000. Profit after tax for the year 99,750 and 40,500 untuk subsidiary. Ada component of equity, ada 30,000. Debenture subsidiary only 120,000, trade payable 194,350, parent 150,000, subsidiary. Dividend payable 48,000, parent 37,000, subsidiary. Interest payable 6,000, subsidiary. Tax payable Parent 50,000, subsidiary 25,000. Next is statement of profit or loss and other comprehensive income. So we can see here the revenue of the parent, the revenue of the subsidiary, cost of sale of the parent, cost of sale of the subsidiary, gross profit of the parent, gross profit of the subsidiary. And then here you can see a loss on disposal, subsidiary, dividend income, parent, interest income, parent. Jadi dividend income, interest income ni datangnya daripada subsidiary. Sebab tu saya highlightkan warna merah. Ada income, then distribution cost, admin cost, finance cost. Okay, kemudian kita dapat profit before tax dan taxation. So seterusnya kita dapat profit after tax of the parent and of the subsidiary. In addition to that, there are other comprehensive income, fair value revaluation of the parent 20,000, subsidiary 10,000. So total comprehensive income 167,750 for the parent, 87,500 for the subsidiary. Ada lagi, tak habis lagi. Dividend proposed by the parent 40,000, subsidiary 25,000. Preference dividend 8,000 parent, 12,000 subsidiary. So itulah dia soalan dia. Soalan yang lengkap. Okay. Soalan yang lengkap ada ordinary, ada preference, ada debenture, ada statement of financial position, ada statement of profit or loss. Okay. Jadi ini atasnya adalah summary yang kita dah tengok tadi. Adalah acquisition of ordinary share, ya, 75%. Therefore, NCI is 25%. Acquisition of preference share 60%. Therefore, NCI is 40%. Acquisition of debenture 40%. Tapi sini tak ada. Tak ada. Sebab apa? Sebab debenture ni bukan share. Okay, NCI ni untuk share saja. Debenture tak masuk dalam NCI. Okay. Apakah dia additional information yang ada kat sini? Jadi soalan ni pun kita tak akan habis pada hari ni ya. Kita akan sambung pada hari Rabu nanti. Kita akan sambung ya. Rabu ke? Khamis. Pada hari Khamis. Kita akan sambung pada hari Khamis. Kita akan sambung pada hari Khamis soalan ni. Okay. Jadi additional information. During the year, H sold inventory to S. Apakah dia detail dia? Sale price of the inventory was 90,000 at cost plus markup of 20%. Jadi dia jual ni dengan mengambil keuntungan. Dia jual dengan mengambil keuntungan sebanyak 20% menggunakan markup formula. Okay. At the year end, half of the inventory unsold was 100,000 and still due from S. Okay. Additional information number 2, on 10 October 2014, S sold a machine to H at loss of 1,500. The machinery have remaining useful life of 5 years. Yang ketiga, S paid management fee to H amounted to 2,000 and included in administration costs. Number 4, goodwill impairment of 30% and 40% for the year ended 31st December 2014 and 2015 respectively. And number 5, accounting policy on depreciation is yearly basis. Okey. Jadi panjang juga soalannya untuk contoh yang pertama ni. Jadi memanglah kita tak boleh nak siap hari ni, kita akan sambung semula discussion pada hari Khamis. Okay. Tapi tak molek rasanya kalau kita belum buat apa-apa jawapan. Jadi sekurang-kurangnya kita tengok jawapan untuk goodwill dulu. Kita tengok goodwill ya. So kita tengok goodwill. Kita tengok goodwill, how to calculate the goodwill. Ya, how to calculate the goodwill. So dalam contoh yang lepas tu nampak macam simple aja. Tapi kali ni bukanlah susah sangat ya, tetapi bukanlah simple macam contoh yang pertama yang tadi. Okey. Jadi sekarang ni bila kita kata kita nak calculate goodwill, sebenarnya kita calculate goodwill untuk ordinary share. Kita calculate goodwill untuk investment in ordinary share. So, step 1 dia, Step 1 ya. Jadi step 1 is to show the consideration transferred CT. Ya, consideration transferred tadi comprise of cash 180,000 and ordinary share issued 200,000. Jadi totalnya berapa consideration transfer? 180 plus 200,000. So kita punya total consideration transfer adalah 380,000. 380,000 ni kita dapat jumpa dalam statement of financial position ni. Dekat atas ni. 380,000 ni ya. 380,000 kita jumpa kat sini. Ini adalah consideration transfer. Step 1. Step 2. Step 2 is to show the fair value of net asset of subsidiary on the date of acquisition pada 1 Januari 2014 yang terdiri daripada share capital 250,000, ini dia, plus retained earning 100,000, retained earning 100,000 dan ARR 80,000. Daripada mana kita dapat 100 dengan 80,000 tu? Daripada atas ni tadi. On the date of acquisition, ordinary share is 250,000, retained earning is 100,000, ARR is 80,000. Okay. So kita kembali semula kepada calculation of goodwill. Saya nak siapkan goodwill saja untuk hari ini, kemudian kita boleh surailah. Okay. So 250,000 plus 100,000 plus 80,000, kita dapat 430,000. Ini step 2. What is this? Fair value of net asset. So now for fair value of net asset 430,000. Okay. Kemudian to step 2. Step 3, we calculate the non-controlling interest. The non-controlling interest is based on fair value of net asset time 25%. How do we know 25%? Because the parent acquires 75%, NCI is 25%. 25% times 430,000, we get 107,500. That is step 3. So 380,000 plus 107,500, we get 487,500. 487,500. 487,500 compared to 430,000, the difference is 57,500. So 57 is goodwill. 57,500 is goodwill on 1st January 2014. 2014. Pada 1 Januari 2014, goodwill kita adalah 57,500. Kemudian ada impairment of goodwill pada tahun tersebut dan juga tahun selepasnya. Masing-masing sebanyak 11,500 dan 23,000. How do we know? The goodwill is impaired by 20% in the year 2014 and 40% in the year 2015. So ini adalah balance of goodwill 23,000 at the end of year 2015. Okay, at the end of the year 2015. So all the goodwill is basically belong to the parent. Belong to the parent. Tak ada goodwill yang belong to NCI kat sini. Jadi okey, sebagaimana saya janjikan tadi, saya akan tunjukkan setakat goodwill saja untuk hari ini. Pada hari Khamis nanti kita akan sambung lagi dengan the rest. Kita akan sambung dengan the rest of the answer. Okey kelas, jadi saya rasa setakat itu saja kelas kita pada hari ini. Okay. I hope you can understand what we learned today. Okay. So please read the Excel file. Tolong baca, tolong tengok untuk persediaan pada hari Khamis nanti. So I hope by reading that you can get some idea on how to prepare the consolidated financial statement. Okay class, is that okay?
Okay sir.
Okay, please don't forget to to what to apa ni? Please don't forget to apa ni saya nak cakap tadi. Yeah, please don't forget about your attendance. Please fill up the attendance form. Okay. Di attendance form ni very important sebab kalau kita less than 80% attendance, kita tak boleh ambil peperiksaan. So saya harap isi attendance juga. Okay. Jadi saya rasa kelas kita pada hari ini setakat ini saja dulu. Kita sudahi dengan surah Wal-Asr. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Wal asri innal insana lafi khusr illa allazina amanu wa amilus solihat wa tawassaw bil haqq wa tawassaw bis sabr. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Waalaikumsalam. Thank you, sir.
Okay, welcome.
Thank you, sir.
Welcome.
Thank you, sir.
Welcome.
Thank you, sir.
Welcome.
sir. Thank you, sir.
Welcome.
Thank you, sir.
Welcome.